I love you, but I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah.
It's about her.
It's not about her. It's about me leaving her.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hashtag I aim for the moon. Flashback, I zoom to the zoom and you're blocking the view. Can't see the elevation, can't see no innovation. Don't call me a fool. You see me on road, so they call me.
Welcome back to the KAKE Podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Ken. And look who we got back. Is it not Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z guy?
I was actually kind of hoping someone would get this back because I was like, bro, I'm going to wear this shit today.
It's good to have you back, baby.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Anyway, right beside me, my co-host,
I need to hear it.
my number one,
I need to hear it.
My only guy,
I need to hear it.
Mr. Fine Wine, Clementine Coles, also known as Young Coles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Young Coles. Now, how we do over here to my right? We got the boy, you know.
Okay.
He's like, man, we don't rust. You get me? Never attract dust. You get me? He might be from the, but he's a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
From the what?
From like the downside.
Streets,
You get me? Yeah. You
I'm not
get me?
from the streets, don't
Bro, you
really.
kind of get a low key still.
I'm not from the
Anyways,
streets.
it's young boy Kenny Ken. You know
What's
what
good,
we do.
folks? What's good? But anyway, look,
Wow.
let's get straight into it.
Straight
into it.
What's happening? Should I do it? I haven't done this in a while.
Should I do
bro.
it or should you
No.
do
You know what? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've been watching people do the intro. No offense, guys.
Wasn't
Kind of
no,
dookie.
now you have to back it like.
You know who I am.
Okay.
You know who I am.
Let you do your thing. Let you do your thing.
So today, since I'm back, you get me. It's a special guest, special edition, right?
alright.
You know who we have?
Who?
You know who we have?
Who do we have? Like?
You know him, bro. Everyone knows him.
Nah, I don't.
The man is famous, bro.
Okay,
From
okay.
here, Ireland, UK, right? Might as well be in America, for God's sake. Just
Okay.
say, you know what I mean, right?
Okay.
He's up there, making moves, right? I went to his YouTube the other day, right?
Yeah.
This guy's rocking views, bro.
Views.
Thousands. I'm not talking about like 5,000. Nah, I'm talking about 100,000.
100,000.
200,000, bro.
300,000.
300,000, bro.
400,000.
He's stacking, bro.
He's still stacking,
bro.
okay.
It's the uncle. We all love him, man.
Ooh.
We all love him. Has over 450,000 listeners, bro.
Damn.
On Spotify, bro.
That's not enough though. Like.
That's not enough.
No, that's not on us.
That's not. I
600,000
mean,
plus, like,
you get me? Like, yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's alright.
Yeah, like,
I mean, he's alright. Compared to us, he's alright.
Yeah. Sorry.
But compared to everyone else, he's the uncle, bro. I'm not talking about no Snoop Dogg, nah. This is the real uncle, bro. Uncle Jafaris, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What's good? You know
How
what
you
it is.
doing, man?
Uncle Jaffa, no relation.
Where's that from?
Yeah,
Where's
where'd that come from, bro?
I think I stole that from somewhere, you know. I actually did, but it sounds better when I say it. To be
Okay,
honest.
okay.
Oh, you know what it is, yeah?
Boondocks.
I was gonna say that.
Actually,
Boondocks.
no way.
Uncle
You know,
Rock's
when I
relation.
came up with it, I actually didn't clock that.
You didn't
That's where I
clock
got
that.
it from.
That's
But-
sick, man.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm
sick.
inspired. I was inspired.
Man, you know what it is, yeah? We were trying to get you on for time, bro.
Swear.
Yeah.
For
What do you
time.
mean you were trying? I didn't see any emails.
That's-
or any
that's-
messages.
That's cap.
That's
That's
cap.
cap. If I could show screenshots right now,
If I can bring
I
the
beat you up.
screenshots.
I'm not that
You
type of
sent
guy.
emails, yeah?
No. It was true.
We didn't have emails back then. You get me?
Yeah.
Like we were just rocking like
Did I
carrier
respond?
pigeons.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
What did I say?
You
You
said,
said nah.
you said that's cool. No, you said that's cool. When I'm back in Ireland, we'll get it done. And then
That was like 6 months
that
ago.
was it. Like
6 months ago. Just
Wow.
saying, man.
Wow.
But you know what?
God's time is the best time.
It's the blue tick.
My God's verified. All of a sudden, it's too good for the rest of us.
I
But you know what it is, yeah? It's a perfect time still because we hit a landmark, man.
Episode 30.
We hit a landmark as well.
That's sick.
Ain't
You
nobody.
won't always there, but like.
What you mean I wasn't always there? I've literally been here for basically every important episode.
No, true.
Every
It's,
episode
no,
that I'm in.
it's good to have you back though.
It's
How does it
just
feel to be
vibes.
back?
It's good, man. It's good,
All right,
man.
enough about you.
Alright.
Anyway,
All right. I was just gonna say that. Right, all right.
Mr. Jaffa, Mr.
Mr.
Jaffa
Jaffa.
Cake.
What's good?
Can we? I don't think a lot of people know your
Yeah.
government. Is that on raps or like?
I mean, no, it's just everybody. Well,
What is it?
Can I say it?
Can I say?
Yeah.
So,
I don't want to butcher the last. I'm gonna try it, but Percy Chichungaba Ka.
I.
I say, guys. Great. What?
How do you pronounce the last?
Chambaruka.
Chambu. Wow, I was close.
Wow.
He said Chukumba. Nah, Chambaruka.
And where's that? What's that from? Where's that from?
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Okay.
What parts? Not from Zimbabwe as well, bro.
It's like the second biggest city, I believe. It's called Matare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Number where? West. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the main. That's the
Is that the
capital.
main, is it?
Yeah, capital, yeah.
So she's very basic. You're more like exotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're different.
Wow, he's a different breed. He just composes himself and getting a different type of guy.
So, did you come here fresh off the boat, or were you?
Nah, I'm legal, guys.
Yeah, you're legal. So you're not like that David guy. Like,
Nah.
Okay, cool.
just for some context, Onai and
David
Mr.
back
David
here.
are on. Oh, just off camera. But,
screen.
yeah,
Say you're illegal.
I just said you're illegal, but it's camera. I'm only joking. Yeah. So you've been here. How long have you been here for?
I came here when I was 6. I am an uncle now, so.
Your
Nah,
uncle.
you don't look
I've
like
been
no
here
uncle
for
to
a
me,
while.
man.
I give you 24, 26.
Nah, I probably got a bit lower than that. I'm not gonna
Would
lie.
you?
24, 26. 26.
He's on the range.
He's in there, yeah.
Oh,
In the middle of
range.
25, 26, something like that. Like,
Yeah,
This guy said
Around
middle of
that-
25, 26.
around that area.
Oh, how old did you think I was? Like,
I was gonna
18 or
say
something?
like realistically, you just hit your 25. That's what I was gonna say. That's like a stretch for me right there. Hitting the
I
25
mean,
is a stretch.
I do. People do say I look
Yeah,
young.
you look
Yeah, you
hella
look-
young,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
You look hella young.
That means I'm gonna be sexy, when
Bro,
I'm
you're
older.
gonna be
Yeah.
50, right? Looking like
It's a bit like me, like
Yeah, blessed with the young genes.
the young gene.
I don't know about him, but but I don't know about
You
him.
look 50 and you're only
Bro,
17.
you know what it is, yeah?
You look like a.
You know
you
what
actually
it-
look like your dad.
You know, I actually look like my dad. That's the funny thing. Yeah, true story. But don't have to get personal about this. Like your boy just came back trying to hurt my feelings.
I'm,
Like what
I'm
going
trying to
here,
bring
bro?
you back in, you know.
Nah, bro.
I don't want you to
Anyways,
go.
at least I wasn't adopted. But let's move on. so you're Jafaris, right?
Yep.
This music thing, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me, break it down to me, bro. How did it start, man?
How did it start?
Yeah. What was the journey like?
So I was 16,
Yeah.
and I was like a dancer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought. That's what I thought
That's
my
what you-
life was
yeah.
gonna be. Do you get me?
Were you good at dancing?
Decent. I mean, I was teaching kids.
You
so
know, people
like,
say, oh, I was decent, but they're teachers. Like, come on, make it make sense, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
but like-
there's no decent teachers. Either you're good or you're
at
not.
the time, nobody knew any better. Do you get me? The kids didn't know if I was
Right,
trash
you're
or
good
not.
at
Do you
it.
get me?
Yeah.
So I was just teaching them or whatever. And then a friend of mine, shout out to Abraham, wherever you are, bro.
Nah,
I
shout
love
you out,
bro.
bro. We need you back, bro.
Yeah, he just told me, oh yeah, I'm rapping now, whatever. Show me his bars, and I was like, okay,
cool,
okay.
cool.
And I just followed the crowd and I started doing it. Obviously, I started off rapping about the usual trash or whatever.
I do this with the
money, blah, blah, blah. Because I was listening to a lot of Lil Wayne and 50 Cent.
yeah.
They were just trying
Those
to
guys
rubbish. And then my dad caught wind of me making music, and he was just like, "What are you talking about?" You know, he's like, "Why?"
You saying not to do it, like
He didn't want me to do it, and especially what I was talking about, he really wasn't trying to have me do it.
Right.
But then,
What were you-
fair enough. Like,
what were you talking about?
like, just girls,
talking about-
money,
I
do-
yeah,
I was
just
talking about- I do a
stupid
kilo.
stuff. You get me?
I do a kilo of
Like in my vocabulary, I didn't curse, but I
Yeah.
was rapping and I was
Rapping
cursing.
about-
you
yeah,
get me?
yeah,
I get you, yeah.
So then he was just like, "Yo, if this is something that you are gonna do, at least let it be something that like
It's real.
Let it
makes
be real,
sense
let it
and
be
that
you.
your parents
Yeah.
can listen to and be proud of and stuff." And I was just like,
yeah.
"All right, sure." And then from there, I just kind of started growing, started like putting little freestyles on Facebook. And I remember I did this contest one time. It was to perform for Lil Wayne. And I did like a Dizzy Wright freestyle to like the flavor, and we shot a whole video and stuff. And then actually no, I just literally did like a thing on my phone, just put it on my window sill and I started rapping, and I got like loads of likes on Facebook at the time. And then it was like, okay, shot a video to it because somebody offered to do that. And then from there it was like, oh,
That's
come
just
play
when it just
this,
started
come
going up.
perform here,
Yeah,
blah blah
yeah.
blah. And then it just grew to
It just
me
grew to
now.
that.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No,
So I'm sure you're going on a lot of podcasts and like interviews and stuff like that. do you?
No, not a lot. To
You
be
actually
honest.
don't?
Really?
So like when people ask you the story, because I know I'm asking you, so someone's definitely asked you before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like when people ask you, does that get like repetitive and you're like, oh, I can't hear saying it?
I've done a few interviews, like magazine stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, if people don't know, it's cool to tell them.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't mind.
You
So obviously, right? Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in 2019, you hit the Irish charts, right? 2019
yeah.
with one of your songs, And first of all, just like run that to me, right? Like what going there? Like how did that happen? First and foremost.
I'm
The
trying
track
to
is
think.
sick still.
I'm trying to think which song was it.
Oh.
Cause I hit the Asian charts.
Yeah.
Joy Crooks.
That one as well. Yeah,
that song is banging.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a blessing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she came across me. Well, one of her friends told her about me because one of her friends was trying to get me into the studio with her artist, Kareem the Peasant. Shout out to him. And then we started talking, and then obviously she must have said something to Joy, and then Joy was like, "Oh, let me check him out." And she's Irish as well, so she was like, her dad is Irish.
Right. Okay. So
So she was just like, "Oh, I like what he's doing or whatever." And then literally a week later, after we started talking on Instagram, I went to London and went to her house. Literally met everybody, her family, her boyfriend, her cat, everything. I met everybody. And then we just drove around London, and she like played me her music, I played her my music, and we just caught a vibe. Went back to her house and just made early. But we didn't know it was gonna, like, the thing is, she was just, for some reason, just really wanted to support me. Because I was about to have a show for Stride. This was about to be my first headline show. And she put me on her Instagram because she had like 85,000 followers at the time. So she put me on her Instagram, and she put up us doing early. And then like that got so, like that must have gotten the most likes that she got at the time. And then her label was like, "Yo, people love this, let's drop this," and then made it into a real thing. And it's actually opened a lot of doors.
That song is sick.
Thank God, man.
That is sick, bro. That is sick.
But I want to go back in time for a bit. Yeah.
Back when you was Jafaris.
Back when you was just
Percy.
But I think we were talking about it before, how we didn't meet, but like how like our paths kind of crossed. You were doing an audition for Sing Street. I did the same audition, and guess we got it. I could be.
You could have been the Jafaris.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I could be Daddy Jafaris, you know.
Sorry about that.
You know, like, boy, look, you stole my blessing, but look, we won't talk about that. But yeah, no, how'd you get into that? What was the?
So this was when I was still trying to hold on to my dancer dream. Someone from my church actually sent me a casting call to be a backup dancer for, I don't remember the band's name, but it was some UK band. I went in, and when I got there, to be honest, I already knew I wasn't gonna get it because I was seeing dancers that were like,
sick.
"Yeah, you guys, this is for you."
This is your
but like on the sheet of paper, like to sign up, they're like, "Oh, what else do you do?" And I just threw in acting because I did like theater stuff in secondary school. But I wasn't thinking anything about it, to be honest. I was really hoping I would get this part. And then literally 2-3 weeks later, they're like, "Oh, do you want to audition for this movie?" And I was like, "Why? I don't act." And then they're like, "No, you said on your..." "Oh yeah, sure."
I put some on your CV.
I went in, and it was nerve-wracking because obviously someone actually already had this part. Do you get me?
Right. Okay.
Which I found out later that it was a kid from my school, so I took the part from 2 people.
Yeah, man, I heard just finessing people.
3, because it's my brother as well.
That's so peak.
3 people.
Yeah, my brother auditioned.
Smoke, man.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But then I auditioned in front of the director and some of the cast members, and the vibe was just cool, I guess. And then literally on my way back from that audition, they called me like, "Yeah, you got the part," and I was like,
sick.
"Wow!" And then from there was raps.
What was it like being on set? 'Cause I was like, if I actually got that,
bro, it was different world. It's definitely so different from music because it was a blessing that I even got this because this was a big budget film. So they were treating me like royalty, like picking me up every day. When it was raining, they'd hold the umbrella over me and stuff. Always had red carpet life. It was so different. But the work of it was actually long. Like you're on set for 10 hours, just doing one scene over and over. Do you get me?
Do you feel like that prepped you for like your music career, down the line, subconsciously?
I think it definitely added to the perception of oh, Jafaris is a big deal or whatever, because I had this role in a movie that I guess did pretty well for an Irish movie. Got Golden Globe nominated or whatever, so that made it that added more like to like, whoa, okay, Jafaris is
what's your
doing
reputation?
things, but
Imagine this guy's CV is gonna be packed out.
And is it something you'd go back into, or?
yeah, I'm currently on set for something right now.
Can you say?
No, I can't.
I swear, if you
can't.
take this thing off me as well, I'll actually just.
It's on smoke,
What is it?
I don't know.
You have to say after.
Yeah, I'll say after, but like,
It's on smoke.
oh, if it is, that's it. This podcast is never airing. Like,
I said, wait, did you audition already?
I auditioned a while back, yeah, and I did have the part.
Oh no, I didn't. It shouldn't. I don't know. Is it a TV show?
Yeah.
Or-
Jafaris
where
is
are they
on-
shooting it?
Alright, folks, look, just wrap it up.
I don't
There's
think
two
so.
different ones that I auditioned for,
Yeah.
and they're pretty big budget. Like,
We just out here ruining my man's opportunities,
Well, I
bro.
just-
Stop being selfish, my guy.
And
you only
this,
have the music drop.
this one would actually be so peak because I actually didn't audition for this.
Did they just call you up? They're like, yo, do you want to? Really?
As in, like, they sent me to audition, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But because I was just
Too busy.
busy doing
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Not even busy. I was just being long. I was just putting it off, and then they sent it to me like 5 times, right? At the end of it, they're just like, oh, they just want you. So I just got it. Like, I was like, whoa.
How many times did you?
Please don't tell
Did
me
you
it's the
get a call
same
back?
thing, because then I'll feel like a dickhead.
Nah, man, do the thing, bro.
But I mean, this.
Originally, I basically had the part.
Yeah,
and
then what happened?
They were like, actually, no, sorry, they gave me a small part, and they were like, actually, we liked what you did here. Do you want to do this like kind of main part? And I was like, yeah, say less, I'll do it. So I did it, and they were like, oh, we're still kind of deciding on it. And then another movie kind of came up, and I was like an extra, but like there was a good few roles that I was going to be in, and I told them about it.
Yeah.
But then they were like, oh, actually, we're thinking of going a different way, but we haven't chose someone. So I was like, oh, okay.
My role isn't that big, so it's not like.
He says this now, but this guy is way too humble, man.
Yeah.
No, it's really not.
I think it is. I think it makes sense. You actually kind of fit the character. Like,
Nah, that's so peak.
I don't, bro.
That's so.
I buy an ice cream the way I.
Yo, you should just write your own films, man. Just
true.
just write your own films.
Would you act for us if you wrote our own films?
100%.
Yeah,
I
for
don't
free.
even think I'm a good actor, honestly.
I actually think you
Honestly
are.
Stop the cap,
No,
bro.
I'm
Stop
not
the
even.
cap, bro.
No, that
Bro,
ass. Like,
honestly, like I feel like because acting is its own world, like you actually have to look at it like it's a craft in itself. Do you
yeah.
get me? And I don't put that time or effort into it at all. Do you get me? So I don't.
Maybe
think
you're just naturally gifted at the thing, man.
'cause I've seen your music videos, and like a lot of music videos,
Yeah,
the
acting is
the
low-key
person's
still.
just kind of performing,
Yeah.
but not kind of giving an
Yeah.
act to what they're saying or whatever.
Yeah.
And the very first one I saw was Find Your Feet.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, Find My
Which
Feet.
is,
Which is our intro.
Which is our intro, guys.
Yeah, I don't think
Hashtag A for the mood.
How do you feel about that actually?
That is
No,
sick,
that's
man.
love, man. That's love.
Yeah,
man.
no, I
That
just
shit-
that song
that song is
appreciate
bang,
it heavy.
Don't need
But yeah, no, like, dude, like you acting in that was you acting, you're
Yeah.
performing,
Yeah.
but you're giving an act as well, like to
Yeah.
different scenes.
That's crazy. I don't know, because acting to me is just like a whole different world. But because like in those videos or whatever, it's a story that I'm trying to tell. Do you get
Okay,
me?
you write those
You're a lot
stories.
No, it's like me and Nathan.
Yeah.
So I'll come up with the message or the overall like meat of it or
Yeah.
overall blueprint, and then
Yeah,
like he'll
yeah.
just
You
add the
develop it and stuff.
details. You
Yeah,
get me?
yeah.
And he's a very good director, so he'll tell me to do something
Yes,
over and
he's
over until
different
it's
gravy.
right.
Oh
You
my
get me?
days, like,
So
he's
yeah.
different gravy. Yeah, isn't he
Ross
like
Clark.
sick? What I was gonna say to you, sorry. One of the reasons I said you're a good actor as well is you do these like little short film things, and like when I'm watching it, I'm actually getting involved. I'm like, wow, okay, like what's the message I'm trying to get here? You get me? Like I'm just like, okay, wow, maybe I should cry here or something. You get me? Like, they actually are good. I was just wondering, what is it? Do you write those as well, or does Sam?
Yeah.
Sorry, Nathan.
They're all like little concepts. Like I guess after I did my last EP, I was just like, I've always, when I met my manager, I always told him like I want to be a visual artist. You get me? I want everything that I do to like be represented visually in the best way possible. So I guess when I finished that project, I was like, yo, let me just try to do some little visual stuff, just little visual narratives. They don't always have a purpose. Like it's just I like how it looked, or I like what
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Do you get me? And it's practice. Like I do want to get into filmmaking and stuff. So
Yourself, like, you want to be a director or do you want to be in them?
nah, I want to be a producer, director. Like I just want to be behind the camera. To be honest.
Get you, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it as well.
Well,
They're just being behind the camera. So much
You don't like being
control.
up front. You don't like being up
Not
front.
really.
Nah.
No, not even like in front of the podcast. Like, I just naturally good at it. Like I'm comfortable in front of the camera. 'Cause I was vlogging for years. Like, so I'm just naturally okay in front of the camera. But what's your issue? You're back one day and you're acting like this.
I'm just being real, man. Like, all of a sudden you want to be brand new talking about I'm just naturally good at it.
Whatever.
Show them the bloopers, bro.
Okay, that's fair. That's why I kind of prefer being behind the camera, but I don't mind being in front of it.
Yeah,
But I feel
yeah.
like the magic kind of happens behind. Like,
I'm starting to lose interest in being in front of the camera. Like I'm getting more and more nervous being in front of the camera.
Really?
It's
Why would
weird.
you say that?
I don't know. Like even just the other day, I was in the studio. My manager was trying to take pictures of me, and I
You're
just
like,
felt
stop.
weird. So
Do you feel-
even when I was with David for his open circle thing, and he thought I was joking, but I genuinely don't.
Right,
I just
okay.
don't. I don't know what it is.
Do you feel
I
like-
don't like throwing the word anxiety or anything around, but
yeah.
if it's feeling like that, low key.
Right.
Do you
Okay.
feel like it might be because like you've reached a level that's obviously you get me getting higher and higher that people expect a certain standard from now on, or is
I don't know. I never really care about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just always want to be myself. But I feel
Yeah.
like because I'm getting more involved behind the scenes, I'm just finding more satisfaction doing that
Yeah,
than
yeah.
being the one in front of the camera. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like,
so there might be a chance that Jafaris would just be dropping audio tapes from now on.
you know what I used to say? I used to say, if I could do this music thing anonymous, I would have.
Like Marshmallow, just slap
Yeah.
a bucket on your head and start
100%.
rapping.
I think a lot of people actually like feel that way because
Yeah.
once if you're not about the whole fame life thing, it's kind of one of the things I struggle with. Not to say that like I'm gonna blow, but like I just know.
You are.
Yeah, do you get me? But like one of the things I struggle for and I pray for is being able to kind of
Live your normal life without that.
literally like I want to be able to go Tesco. Like, you know, like not saying that you can't go Tesco, but I'm saying if you probably went,
Yeah.
someone
Be
would say,
stopped
"Oh,
more
that's
likely."
Jafaris." So
Yeah,
like someone
yeah.
you could see someone taking a picture from the distance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that actually has that ever happened to you? I feel like it has.
People just film like this or something like that. like-
During the stride period, so it was like
Yeah.
2018 or whatever. The project is dropped now, and I did like a little tour. That's when I started like feeling like people just wanted
just-
to like
yeah.
talk
Right.
or like take pictures.
Yeah.
And I was going to I would go to a night out or whatever because I'm doing a show, and I just felt like people would just stand beside me, but they're not saying anything. Do you get me? So I'm just like, and then
Just
I
breathing
get
down your
awkward
neck.
in those situations because then I feel like I have to kill the silence. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, so what do you do? And and I'm just like, I'm forcing it. It's awkward. But it hasn't
You're
happened.
like, hi,
in a
I'm
while, to be
Jafaris.
honest.
Like, oh, really? I didn't know.
Do you introduce yourself as Jafaris or Percy?
I introduced myself as Jafaris. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And to go back to the past again, your very first EP, is it something Velvet?
Velvet Cake. Yeah.
Velvet
yeah.
Cake, yeah. And my favorite song on it was it If I Die For You. Oh man, that's my type of song. Like, that was good though.
It was decent.
It was good.
You're
So-
on key.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think he's being too humble, bro. Just gotta be real, man.
What's got you? You can sing as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Give us a note.
Hardly.
What you mean, bro?
I'm not that great. I need
Yeah.
auto-tune still.
Yeah,
Really?
like,
Oh, so-
Yeah,
okay.
if you sing, I'll sing, bro.
What's your face? Nesser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in love with you, but not in that way. No, not in that way. But like, she loves your music. Like,
That's why.
But she
yeah,
said
my G.
that you were sick live, so I was just assuming that you must be.
I think I can sing. Like, see, when I'm singing live to people,
Yeah.
it's cool. But when I record it on the mic,
Yeah.
and I listen back, I'm like,
You're like, wow,
I need some auto. I
little bit,
need to
okay.
slap the on. You get me?
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I think when I'm live, I project more. But when I'm like in the studio or whatever, I'm just like, I have a timid voice. Do you get me?
You do actually very monotone, very the same tone the whole time.
But every now and then you begin a little bit. You get a little bit excited still. You get it?
That's just us, like. Isn't it?
Nah, it's just me, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all
getting
smoke
hot.
I mean, you kind of started it. Not gonna lie, bro.
Smoke today.
I mean, you kind of try to set me up a little bit still.
I think one of the reasons I actually do really, pardon my French, F with your music is like there's always like meaning. It's not just let me smash your booty. Let me like cash money, like what you're saying you used to do. But like I feel like there's always some sort of a message or some meaning behind them. With the Velvet Cake one, what was that about? Like
Velvet Cake was so I just started working with my manager at that time, and he owns a production house called Diffusion Lab. So that was my first time actually being in a proper studio with, I guess, proper producers and stuff like that. So I was just trying to find my feet, I guess. No pun intended at all.
Oh, you didn't mean that, no? You didn't mean that.
I did. But no, like I was just literally just making tracks, and I think we made so much music that my manager was just like, yo, just put some together and make a little project, which I didn't really want to do in that sense. Like I didn't know any better, to be honest. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And we put together some songs that kind of made sense together. But there was no overall story to it. It was just certain songs. I feel like each song still meant something. It just all together really didn't tell a story, but it was an introduction to Jafaris, I suppose. And then as we went on and kind of got closer and stuff, Stride came, and that was more of a story. And then I Love You But I'm in a Bad Mood was more of a story as well.
Stride, what was Stride about?
Stride was me. This was a weird time actually. This was me getting closer to God, right? And this was me really trying to like, let me get closer to God. So I was listening to a lot of Michael Todd, and there was a message that he told, which was his message for that year, which was Stride, I guess, and that's where I got the name from. And he was just talking about how like, we always look to God to give us these like very crazy words, crazy, like let's be fire and all of this. And he was just like, God just gave him stride, and he's like, stride, why not strive or like run? Or, do you get me? And he's like, you have to like, what is it? You have to pace yourself. Like you have to pace yourself. Do you get me? It's a slow process. And I was definitely, I resonated with it because at that time I was trying to do everything. I was trying to be on every stage. I was trying to make every song, do every feature, everything that I was trying to do. And it was making me forget God. It was making me forget my friends, my family and stuff like that. So I was just like, yo,
take a chill.
Step back, chill. So there's a lot of songs on the project where I'm like talking to my family, I'm talking to my friends, I'm letting them know that I'm here.
That's
do you get
deep,
me? I'm
bro.
here for you, and then talking to myself as well and being yo, just chill, figure out who you are and what you want, where you're going. Don't let this, whatever is gonna happen, don't let it take over your life and who you are. Don't let it change you, type thing. And I was just trying to tell myself to like stop procrastinating and be more confident in myself. Do you get me? But
damn, I think a lot of people wouldn't definitely not know that. To me, it's like I'm listening to it and I know there's something behind it, but I don't know. I'm just making my own assumptions, which is what like people will do.
I think that's the thing that I'm still learning as an artist, is to be straight to the point and very direct as well, because I feel like I can get carried away with trying to be cool with the flows and trying to all of that. That kind of makes people miss the message completely. You get me? And it's a thing that's like I'm still trying to find that middle ground, because I do always want to say something, but I know people don't always want to hear stuff. Do you get me? So I try to add all the extra stuff so that people can vibe to it at least if they're not going to listen to the message. You get me?
Would you say like music is your outlet or whatever?
Passion.
Like not even passion before we get into that, but just for example, if I'm like feeling some type of way or there's something going on, I would, the vlogs I make or like a music video or whatever I'm doing, I color grade it a certain way to like show.
Mad, that's sick.
Do you get me? So I'm getting it out there, but I'm not necessarily having to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you just don't want to talk. Sometimes you do need to talk, but sometimes you just don't want to. So like I'd edit a certain way or like use some type of music to show how I'm feeling. But like to them, it's just a normal blog, but they can feel something from it.
Yeah, I think that's actually why I fell in love with music so much, is because there was a stage where, like, obviously I was going through family stuff, and like my girlfriend at the time, like I was just terrible at confrontation. Like, I'm not good with sitting people down and be like, oh, this is how I feel or whatever. So I just used music as my way of letting them know how I felt. So I would actually send my parents lyrics sometimes, and I'd send my girl a song that I'm telling her how I feel about a situation and stuff. So then it definitely is my outlet, to be honest.
Word in the street is what do you call it? What do you even hold on, what's the I love you but I'm in a bad mood. Is about her.
It's not about her, it's about me leaving her.
Oh, okay.
It's about the journey of how. It's literally about like
your recovery journey or something.
Yeah, it's like
you good.
It's like my closure piece.
Yeah,
because we had broken up, like I would say a year prior to me.
You were together for like since 2013, 2012.
Yeah, man.
It's together like 8 years.
Damn.
Sheesh, that's already like a low-key marriage, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
actually thought I was gonna marry her. Like,
damn.
I was ready to marry her in 2 years, like from the time.
From the time.
But God had other plans, obviously.
Of course.
But yeah, it was just me, just kind of like, do you know what? I broke up with her and I was thinking, yeah, cool, I'm gonna move on. But it was not that. It was not that smooth at all.
I mean, come on, bro.
And then every song I made after that breakup had something to do with her. It was just the easiest thing to speak about, you know what I mean? And I at some stage, that's why I have a song called Frustration, because I was really frustrated at the fact that I couldn't stop talking about this, do you get me? I would even tell boys, like, boys, I don't want to make music. Everything that I'm talking about is about her, do you get me? Everywhere I went, like I went to LA for that period, and I'm thinking, LA, free, obviously, no, it's all. I just kept. She was just there. Do you get me? And then I was like, all right, maybe the best way to get rid of this is to put it all in a project, package it, and just let it go. Maybe then I'll feel free. Do you get me? And it genuinely worked. Like that's how I felt as soon as it dropped. Like
just like a weight off your shoulder. And just chilling.
It was weird.
These are all good now.
Yeah, we've always been good. Like even when we broke up, like obviously there was.
It wasn't a bad one, no. It was like a calm one, or like what?
It was
tough,
like waterworks, obviously, but it wasn't like there was no animosity. Do you know me? Because we're friends before we got together.
Of course,
So like
that's solid foundation.
After we broke up, it was really just a lot of communicating to really flesh it out. Like this isn't just like I'm not just playing you here. Like we're really trying to grow. Do you get me? So
Damn.
So now that you're free, right?
You on the streets?
Is there anybody else that you've been eyeing out? Like
married to the game.
Married to the game.
I like that.
Married to the game.
So there's
no one in the particular.
There's no one in the DMs, no
vicinity that. There is.
This is crazy. I get to you.
I don't know.
Like, okay, so obviously, right? You're not like you're like a good-looking dude, right? So have fans been sliding into you like constantly?
I can't say constantly. You know, I always have this conversation because I have friends who are like, they do music and stuff. Like a lot of my friends are in the entertainment industry, and they get a lot of attention from girls. Like girls moving to them, throwing stuff at them, whatever. Whereas for me, like I get attention, but not the same attention. Like so a girl would try. If a girl's trying to slide in my DMs, it's like, oh, what do you think about this? You get me? It's like it's more like introspective talk.
No girls will be
no one's sending me nudes. Like nobody's doing. You get me? So like I don't know. I don't attract that. I don't attract that type of energy.
Do you go into other people's DMs?
Here and there.
Oh, and has been successful.
Yeah.
It's alright. How's your game level? On scale 1 to 10.
I don't have any game. I actually don't have any game.
I don't think you need game though.
I don't know. Like I don't.
It's capping.
I don't even go for girls in the conventional way. I suppose. Like I'm looking for friendship. I know that sounds corny. I know
I'm the exact same. I'm the exact same.
I just think if I'm gonna get something real, it's gonna be through friendship. It's not gonna be through.
Thank you. Someone actually understands. I say this all the time, but everyone's like, "Why did you do that so long?"
It's because long in that day and age.
But you can find so much. You can learn so much about a person without having like the. What's the word? We're having
the intimate side.
Yeah, the intimate side being like over your shoulder.
The main thing, like
So if you're, and you can find out, oh, maybe this girl smokes too much, or maybe she curses all the time, and you don't like that, but you'll still be friends with her. Do you get me? But no, people don't want to hear that. They just want to nyam.
Wow.
Well, I think it's because you have to know yourself, and then you have to know what you want in somebody else, so that you don't just like.
And what are you looking for? Somebody else.
What am I looking for, bro? I actually have a list, bro.
Right.
I have a list.
Give us like 5.
You could have a list.
This guy's like 100 in that list plus.
I would never ever settle.
Same.
What are you saying?
Let's go.
Yeah, because
I got 1,000 words, man.
I can't settle.
It's not. You know, it's not even about settling. It's more like, see on this list that I have. I haven't ticked half of the list, so I'm not expecting someone to have the whole list filled until I have all of that.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
And a lot of it, like, I took some of it from the Bible. You know, when like I don't remember what the chapter is. Forgive me, but there's a woman that is fit for a king.
Proverbs.
Do you get me?
Proverbs woman? Proverbs 32, is it?
There's a woman that is fit for a king, and she has.
That's 31. Close enough, though. Close enough.
And there's so many things that they have to have in check, and it's not. I know it sounds mad to say that you have a list, but like just like how girls would like a tall guy, you just have a list of like, this is the woman that I'm not gonna settle for less. You get me?
Of course.
That's a king move right there, man.
But
you're a king, bro. You're a king.
You never know. Like love comes randomly.
Yeah, man, comes in.
Is what's it called?
She's like, you're sweating, bro. What's going on, man?
So like you don't have a preference in like black, white, Asian.
It's like as long as the physical criteria for you, you can.
Is it?
Yeah.
I do prefer black.
Yeah, like ideally
prefer black girls. Yeah.
You want somebody who
I don't know. It's just
with like a similar.
I just want to.
Similar background. You get me?
We get each other. We get each other. Not that to say like I wouldn't find a white girl or whatever that does that gets me, but I don't know. I'm just more attracted to black.
Yeah. What about like, because you're from Zimbabwe, you said you wouldn't. It wouldn't be in your culture at all. Like you have to kind of marry, as in.
You have to marry inside the.
I remember my dad did say to me one time that he believes you don't marry for yourself, you marry for the family.
I always hear that. Like.
I like.
He's like, I don't want that.
And I never like agreed with him, but he low key might be right. He low key might be right, and if that's the case, then I would have to marry someone who understands my culture and is embedded in my culture. But I'm not like sold on that idea. I'm just like,
I'd love to marry
your idea.
I'd love to marry my race, like out of my culture, like. But
just experience.
I don't know if I could live without jollof and egusi. And
they can learn to cook jollof for you, my friend.
They can, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
What, you better spend a couple of weeks with your grandma. That's what I'm saying, man.
She could learn. You get
spend
me?
a couple of weeks with your grandma and
I spend enough time in my life without a constant like. Rice and stew or something, not to have that, you know. And I want my kids to have it, so.
Like I was eating potatoes.
I was eating potatoes, man.
I was eating
salad dressing. What is that? Salad.
I was eating ranch. My brother was suffering, man. You're suffering, bro. Yeah. That's bad out, man.
Is this your relationship?
No, just no, because I'm in foster care. Like I was, I'm not really now, but so like I grew up my second half of my life was mashed potatoes and gravy. So
I hear that.
It was Christmas and special occasions that I had jollof and salted meat and smoked. You know, so
that's crazy.
Other times it was pasta carbonara, but like it was still good. But like, you know,
pasta's low-key slapping though, bro.
It is, but you still want your culture, like jollof. You're not gonna beat jollof or pasta carbonara, like.
What was that journey like? Being a foster child.
We talk about this a lot, don't we? Yeah.
We do actually. Yeah. Recent, like at the start it was tough, like because I didn't understand it, and we mentioned it with the Where's Your Head At, second best podcast in the world.
I just gotta say, wait there. Just before you continue, right? They were giving you unnecessary smoke, and I didn't like that first and foremost.
Thank
So
you.
I boys.
If you were here though, they would have that same energy.
They would have that same energy.
And I know.
Look, I'm not even on a cap, bro.
I know.
I don't cap.
know, but yeah, anyway, no, sorry.
Move on. Sorry.
The start of it, the start of it was tough, like, because I was like, oh, like obviously I mentioned in the podcast with them previously to this one that like, oh, why would God do something like that? But it was then understanding that God doesn't do bad things. Like He only makes bad situations good. Do you get me? So I looked at the bright side and I was like, actually, I don't think I'd ever play GA and get to where I am with GA, because GA is like a cult. Like once you play it, your life's kind of sorted in a way. I've never put a CV in for it anywhere. Like
mad.
That's how connected I was. Like, sorry. At the start it was tough. Like I was like, oh, what? Obviously I'm not loved. All this blah blah blah. Then I looked at the bright side that I don't know if I would have went to college, but I don't know if I would have actually opened myself and become a videographer and all that kind of stuff.
Your first passion, passion was supposed to be like what?
Like social care and nursing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because in African Nigerian culture, if you're not a doctor, lawyer, engineer,
you're a failure.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that's kind of how it was. But and then I did. I won't lie. I found myself. And I did get closer to God because I was like, I've nowhere else to go, so let me not try this option, which I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Is like, why not try it if everything else is you're doing?
It's
like,
leap of faith, man.
You get me? Like, just go for it. And if it doesn't work for you, you know then.
100%,
but just go for it and see what happens. So I went for it, and life just got better from there. Blessed.
Thank God.
Never depressed.
Amen.
Was that good?
Wait a minute.
Wow.
It's
It's alright.
You're a rapper now. Alright. And then when you people, so you become a rapper.
It is I think one of the hardest things afterwards was trying to find my culture again. Because like I was very, you could say, whitewashed. You know, I was like, talk like this and like, boys and
I hated that thing.
country lads, you get me? So that was a constant thing. And then being around other black people, I was very scared of them. Like, cause I was like, this is unfamiliar territory. And I remember my assistant, like my best friend, she came on the podcast, and the first day she came into school, like I ignored her, and there was only 3 other black people.
Imagine.
It was me, one other black guy, and her. And
this girl's Uncle Ruckus vibes.
She came to school.
That's what I was saying.
I was like, this girl is fine, like, but did not say a word to her all through secondary school. And then my confidence started to get up a bit. And I remember I just hit her up and I was like, hey, do you want to hang out? And she was like, you actually want to talk to me? After years of ignoring her, like, and she'd say, we used to sit together. I'd ignore her, like, So that was just the kind of hardest thing, like being able to
just get back to
be in black culture and like actually make black friends. That was kind of it. Cause I was
How
scared.
did you guys become friends?
Actually, funny. It actually is a funny story.
I came into college late, like 2 months late. I didn't even know we started. Like, and
this guy, right? So obviously, we all have friends at this point, right?
Yeah.
So it's like me, who is it? Tucci, right?
Yeah.
Like we chilling, right? He walks up to both of us, he's like, "Oh, yo, what's up, lads?" And I was kind of like, "What up? What's up, is this guy?"
My phone, sorry, my bad.
You get me? I'm like, what
I think we were like 2 weeks into this big like project for the year. Like this was like a very big. It was like 40% of the grade, or even 50. And I walked in, I was just like, I saw like loads of white people. I was like, "Can this be your chance?"
I came to the only 2 black guys in the whole thing.
You gotta make black friends now. If you stuck with the white people, not that white people are bad. It's just like you need to make black friends. Like, so I saw these 2 guys. I was like, "Come on, suck up, man."
Yo, it was.
And I went over and I was like, "What the black guys do?" It's like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, what's good?" Yeah,
and it just felt weird. Like
it was so uncomfortable. For me. It was so
but then it was like, cool, whatever. But
like, they were like, and it was good. We were just bantering after that. End up
straight vibes.
Crushing that project as well. It was sick.
These guys. I'm not even gonna say. It's a long story, bro.
That's how we met.
That's how we met.
Sick.
But I didn't really like him. I won't lie.
Yeah, he kind of. She's kind of like. You know, it was a bit weird. You get me? Yeah, you get me with your family. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, no, but like, no, I didn't really like him. I don't know why, but I was more in.
I was just always in my corner. He was always like
me,
out there. You get me? I like my personal space, like personally.
Yeah, I feel like it was a bit too reserved, and what I was trying to do at the time was.
But always be out there.
Yeah, make
And
connections.
he was like, constantly vlogging and stuff. I was kind of I'm not really trying to be involved in that. So I'm kind of like, nah,
but
I'm good, bro.
then it switched because I was like, that's actually not who I am. Yeah. But it is at the same time because I do like to be chilled and just myself. But I also like to be involved. So I was like, actually, no, he's actually my people more than.
It was mainly because of mutual friends, realistically. At the end of the day.
Different thing. And then I was just me and him were just vlogging the whole time and just making content. And we just got really close.
You're welcome, by the way. Because I'm that guy, bro. I'm just that. Alright. Anyways, yo, man. So performing live, that is obviously a huge, right? So I think I asked this last time to Plantain Papi, but obviously your answer's gonna be hella different, innit? But your first experience going live, like crowd of people.
Damn, yeah.
How many people? How many people? First of all,
first show.
Yeah, your very first one, bro.
This was actually in a venue called Twisted Pepper, and you know about it, yeah? Which is called, it's Wigwam now, but
Wigwam, yeah.
How many people were there? Like
50K,
100 people or something, 100, 150 or something. And my mom, my dad, my brother came through and stuff. To be honest, that was my first show as Jafaris, should I say? But my actual shows, like where I guess my boot camp was actually with King David, because we went on this run as like gospel artists. Basically.
What?
Yeah.
You know, I forgot to ask him that. Like, you know, actually, I did forget to ask you that you had a music career before that. Fully. Like, you did one with Andre Fasaz. And a Blue.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was actually the guy. Someone said Tasha Cobbs of Ireland. He was.
He's out here making connects.
Damn.
No, legit. Like, I don't even know what the capacity of the churches were, but church was just like, that was where I learned how to perform in front of people properly first. So it wasn't like doing it with him wasn't scary. It wasn't
but like doing it alone.
Doing it alone was like
a whole new ball game.
Like I'm very shy. Like I'm a shy, especially at the time, anyways. So for me to be on stage in front of that many people was a lot. It was nerve wracking, but every single time after that first song, I'm calm. I'm like, I'm here. I'm here now. Do you get me? And that still happens.
So
like,
you still get stage fright?
Oh, bro.
Man.
It's bad.
I get that with the pod though. Like, do you not get that? You know, like at the initial, I'm like,
bro, the first 5 minutes, I was shitting myself. I was like,
Even when I'm playing football, I'm just like, before the whistle blows, I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on?
You should see me backstage, man. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Not drinking, not talking to nobody, nothing, bro.
It's bad. I actually have to really pray for that confidence because, But like every time, if after that one song, it's all good.
And what's your biggest crowd, like, number wise? You know,
I guess it was Longitude. To be fair, like there was a show I did in London, which was when I was like part of this group called PhD, and we did a performance in like in an octagon. Actually, it was at a UFC thing, and there was actually like 30,000 people there. But I don't know how many people were watching me at Longitude. I would assume Longitude was more, but 30,000, that type of thing.
What was your favorite performance that you've done, like yourself? Like
favorite performance? It would probably have to be either my Stride main headline in the Bun Factory or Body and Soul Festival, because that was crazy to me. Like nobody knew I was really gonna be on stage or anything, and then like when people heard me, people came in and stuff, and that was like after me having a good run of like a few shows. So like I prefer performing once I've like rehearsed a lot. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So like me having done like different shows before that, I was the most confident I'd ever been. Do you get me? I knew everything, every hit and stuff, and it was like and like people came and hugged me and all. It was just it was a good
light
feeling.
Work.
It wasn't light work. It was fun for sure.
Do you have any projects coming up at the moment, or?
Musically, no.
You released a song this week. I mean, last week. Did you not? No. What was that thing on your YouTube that released last week? Then there's a video that went up last week, like a week ago from now.
From me?
Yeah.
It was probably like
visual.
Visual. It was like a visual thing. Really and truly, right now, especially this year, like I'm producing myself now, so I'm just grinding on making that the best possible thing before I release it to the world.
Okay.
Aside
You're producing music or just
aside from that, I'm working on a few projects in the creative sector, especially visually. So like I have 2 YouTube platforms that I'm trying to create at the moment. Myself and King David, and then also myself and this guy Hope Bello and Zeke. We're making just things to change the narrative of the scene, I suppose, because I'm really seeing it that we have a scene, but we don't have a scene. So you get me? Like nobody sees the scene. Nobody knows who the producers are. Nobody knows who the rappers are. Like the only scene that really has a scene to an extent is the drill scene. Do you get me? They all make music together, they release often, blah blah. But even at that, you don't see what they do on a day-to-day. You don't see them in the studio. You don't see them anywhere. Do you get me? So I'm trying to create platforms where it exposes the scene more, so that the world can see what we're doing, and then also just add more diversity to what's happening on the internet, on YouTube and stuff like that. So I don't want to say too much because everything is still under work.
Of course,
I don't want to say
100%,
anything, and then if it doesn't happen, but it definitely will happen.
Do you run Irish Black and Owned? Is it?
Yeah, it's myself, Hope Bello, Shekinah, Babalola, and
You said Babalao.
yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I don't know how to say.
You can't really butcher it, man. What's going on here, man?
It's us 3 really. We have an extended team, and we're just the main people on the board. And essentially that started during the first lockdown when the George Floyd thing happened.
It took off.
Well, it was weird because prior to that, I hate to admit it, but I didn't care about racism. Do you get me? Like, people could call me a nigger or whatever, and I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I am. But during that period and all the conversations I was having, I was like, yo, I'm a trash black person. Like, how do I not care about this? Like, I'm part of the problem if I don't speak up about it, if I don't call it out or anything. Do you get me? And then also just seeing how many people were angry about what was going on, I was just like, okay, how do you actually combat this more than just putting something on Instagram or more than just like being angry at someone? Do you get me? And I look at this whole thing, like, I guess after having so many different conversations, I started deep in how much of a war and how much of a deep-rooted thing this is. Because even if you get rid of like racism, you still have prejudice amongst black people.
Course,
So there's also that side of the conversation. But I was like, all right, in a war, there's different battles. Some people use guns, knives. Some people are the medics, whatever. I'm just gonna be the person in this war who tries to give people the tools that they need. Do you get me? Because we don't have an ecosystem that works amongst the black community. Like, look at Indians, Chinese people. You only ever see them like have restaurants. They have barbershops. They have everything. Like, I know black people. We have barbershops here, and like we have more street. But even at that, like, nobody's registered. Nobody is like putting themselves in positions where they can be. When they can have a stall at a festival, you never see a black restaurant at a festival.
Imagine off at a restaurant. Oh my God, it would bang,
and they would open up the audience so much more. But black people like to cut corners, one,
Yeah.
and then a lot of them don't know about
don't know,
these
the
things.
information,
You
yeah.
get me? So my thing was like, I started seeing people like, oh, support black businesses, and I was like, okay, where are the black businesses?
Yeah.
And I know people who have like food places or whatever, but
Yeah.
I was like, is that it? So I went on Twitter and I was like, oh, could you guys send me like black businesses? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I must have gotten like 60 of them sent to me, and I was like, okay, I have 60. And then Shekinah, she hit me up, like, oh, how's this going? Like, do you have enough? And I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with them. Do you know what I mean? And then she was like, "Oh, send them to me. I'll make a spreadsheet." So she like made a spreadsheet of them. We ended up making a carousel. And we're like, "Well, so what are we gonna do with this carousel?" I was like, "Oh, let's just make an Instagram page where people can find all the black businesses in Ireland." And we made that. Put it up on Instagram. Literally that day, it went up to like 5K followers. And I know it was because of the hype or whatever. But what was happening in the DMs was so much bigger. It was like people were like offering services. Someone wanted to make an app for us. They're like, yo, we'll give you 4 hours of our day free of charge. We'll just make an app.
Support.
You get me?
That's really support.
So we made like a directory, and people, like, we have 350 businesses up there now, and like people started like intermingling through the page. Do you get me? If you needed a caterer, you hit this person up, blah blah blah. And then people start putting up articles. So it was a thing that was needed. You get me? But then it grew, like, behind the scenes, like, IBO is so much bigger than what people see right now. It's just we're all learning how to be business minded as well. Do you get me? Like, we're creatives. We're creatives at heart, so we only know how to create. But when it comes to this, it's like we're trying to create a legacy of like successful businesses that can scale, businesses that own assets, own land and stuff like that. So that's gonna take a while, and I know it's not gonna come easy. There's gonna be a lot of backlash that will come.
Course,
Have you gotten any so far? Like,
sorry,
like any backlash so far? Like, for just doing what you're doing right now?
Nothing crazy yet. Nothing crazy yet, but
you had the odd few coming in there like, oh, what are you doing?
It's crazy. Like, I didn't deep how much of a big deal it was until like we started being in talks with like Google and PayPal, and we're just like, we just have an Instagram page. Why do you care about us? Do you get me?
Engagement.
But we have something that they don't have. Like, we have a community. Do you get me? And I know they like data and stuff like that. Do you get me? So we have something special. It's just we're taking it slow because we don't want to mess up. Do you get me? Like, this is something that will change the future of our kids and stuff. So that's where we're at.
That's dope. I was actually featured. We'll talk about it like in a magazine or something like that. Like, yo, as long as this is what it is.
Oh, wow, that's how we're doing.
But yeah, no, I think that's kind of like got what we got for you. Like,
I want your autograph, bro.
What? Did you get that after actually?
Yeah, did you get that? Like, a lot.
I mean, some people say it, but I feel like they're taking the piss. Yeah, but
okay.
I guess if you want one,
I mean,
You can have my autograph too, like, so whatever.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we should all be giving each other autographs. We're all gonna blow. You know?
That's true. People, like, don't worry about
Wow.
Nah, I'm only playing. But no, honestly, it was great to have you on.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Jaffa Cake.
Finally, bro.
Uncle Jaffa.
That's the young right there.
Anyway, I've been your host, Uncle Kenneth, no relations. It's my co-host here, Young Coz. Uncle Coz, no relations.
No relations.
And that's been
Uncle Jaffa, no relation.
Yeah, it does sound very Anyway, thanks for watching. That's been the PSK podcast. Thanks for watching. It's been the PSK podcast.
What's going on with you? Anyways, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
I was trying to remember.
Don't worry, I got you. That's why I'm back here, bro. That's why. Anyways, yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. Hashtag I aim for the moon. Flashback, assume that it's zoom and you're blocking the view. Can't see the elevation, can't see no innovation. Don't call me a fool. You see me on road, so they call me a goon, but don't make us stupid.